Hey guys, this is John with the Alpha Channel update for Wednesday, June 12th, 2024, here in Los Angeles with Conan the Barbarian number 45. This is the next one I've got. It's John Buscema and Roy Thomas is a writer. John Buscema is drawing, and Conan is really solidified as a character. He's perfect character in this, but it's not really his story. This is a sort of an Orestes story. Epidus, which is the one who sleeps with his mom. Theseus, Epidus, I don't remember. Some Greek hero who sleeps with his mom. I'm spacing on the name of it. But basically, in this story, Conan the Barbarian is in a bar, and there's someone, down here at the bottom. So there's some minstrel playing a song, and some guy goes up and starts hassling him. And Conan goes over and asks him to stop, and the guy suggests that he and this guy are brother and sister, or boyfriend, girlfriend is what he's really suggesting. So Conan knocks him out, and they have a little fight in the bar. And in the end, Conan and the minstrel are the only two left. The minstrel saves his life at one point by throwing a knife at someone, but then the guards catch them and put them in prison, as you can see up here. Catch them and put them in jail. And again, the minstrel is able to get them out, but not before he tells Conan a little story, which I'm going to skip. He tells him a story about his past, so no copyright infringement. But they do escape from prison and go on a little adventure to find this dark valley. It's called the Dawn of Dark Valley. The Demon of Dark Valley. Demon of Dark Valley. And they find the demon. So this Dark Valley has a group of villagers who sacrifice cows to this demon, and it's right here on the cover, the Demon of Dark Valley. And so Conan and this minstrel go and find this demon, and they attack it. And this is a case where the other character is a little bit more aggressive than Conan. Like, Conan is actually having to struggle to keep up with him. This guy runs into danger without any, forethought, without any, I don't know what you would say, no caution at all, throws caution to the winds, and attacks this monster. They fight the monster. On the cover, it's a girl fighting the monster. It's a girl who led them there, and then now this dude, obviously this is some sort of sea creature with these glowing antennae, right? And the dude decides he's going to grab the antenna and hack them off. And he does it. On the next page here. He hacks them off and shows them to Conan. And the demon dies almost immediately without its antenna. And but now this guy has a new problem. Now he has to deal with why he was drawn there. And so the girl explains how she was, the hot girl of her village, and she was a dancing girl, and she worked at all the big clubs, and she was famous. And she eventually left on a traveling caravan, and they got waylaid by the demons, and she became the demon's lover. And she had 2 children, one of whom went off and recently came back, and it was this kid. And he's now murdered his father. And now she is growing old because the demon's magic is what kept her alive. And so now this kid killed his dad. He didn't even know it was his mom. But he wasn't attracted to her anyhow, so it's not the Epidus story. Sleeping with his mom. But Conan walks off alone. The guy commits suicide. I don't have too much to talk about today because I was on the phone with a friend talking about stories and what we want to do for our thing. But I do have mine to show you guys. I do have some good work that I did last night. If I can figure out where it's at. Oh, it's right next to me. It's right here. So this is not great, but I was busy last night. And I haven't even looked at the Wildwood Tarot card. I don't even know what it's going to be yet today. But I had 3 drawings last night. This is a Odin in his chair with Gary and Frecky, which are the dogs at his feet, the hounds. Now one of them's a hound and one of them's a wolf, so neither of them are wolfhounds. But it's an old sort of Odin, and it doesn't really look like him. It doesn't have the big body. I have Odin character that I designed an illustrator for to animate, and he's like way bigger and heavier. Here's a couple girls, just, you know, poses, Grace and Valeria. And this is kind of cool. This is a tree obscured by a gate, and you have to go along this long ridge to get to it, and Odin's going to be sleeping up under that tree. This is all for the story with the skateboarders. Odin has to come back to Earth to deal with some Pizzagate villains. That's what the skateboarders end up finding. So Conan, Roy Thomas, and John Buscema. John Buscema's great art, mediocre story. You know, I don't know what to say about it. It's not as bad as the Gil Kane one. That was really, really not good. So for Wildwood Tarot today, where's the box? Here it is. Wildwood Tarot. I love doing these every day. This is the book. So today we have card number 1, the Shaman, who is not the Fool. I think the Wildwood Tarot did it a little bit differently, but he's very Odin-esque, so it's interesting that I was drawing him last night for the comic. I'm going to move this a little bit closer so you guys can see it. This deck is just amazing. This is a really interesting card. I love the colors. I love the art. Odin is definitely a character making a big presence. He's going to have a big presence in our books and comics. He's going to be our Deus Ex Machina. So, I don't have any political nonsense to go on about today, just comics. And again, Conan the Barbarian, The Demon in the Dark, number 45, Marvel Comics, Roy Thomas and John Buscema. It's good to see Roy Thomas back. John Buscema is really good and fast, 20 pages a month. So, yeah, I had a really good conversation with a friend of mine about story and about a lot of the stuff I've been talking about on here. And that's one thing I can help a lot of writers with. If you have a story that you feel like is missing something, or, you're just not sure why it's not adding up. This is something I never would have done as an author. As a writer, I never would have asked help on an individual story. That's not true. I actually looked for a lot of places to ask help. I found a website called Fan Story where people would judge your individual chapters. It was a lot of praise, but if you really got off the mark, they let you know. They let you have it, which was good. Criticism's hard to get. Criticism is expensive. Criticism is expensive not just to you as a person, but to your work, to the way you think. It can hurt. But if you embrace it, if you get into criticism, it can make you bulletproof. Criticism will make you anti-fragile. And like all my bullies were my best. My critics made me everything I am. My critics have made me bulletproof, anti-fragile, 10 years of Kung Fu, skateboarding, being able to draw. I love who I am. I wouldn't trade it for anything, not for all the money in the world. A clear conscience is the most expensive thing you can have. So this is my offer to you guys. In addition to 26 hours of amazing audiobooks here on YouTube, you can download the ebooks for free at smashwords.com or buy the paperback at Amazon. But this is my offer to you. If you guys are doing comics or just stories or games or anything, and you want a non-woke perspective, please drop me a DM. Let me know. I'd be happy to help with stories, no charge. It's fun for me at this point. It's a lot more fun than anything else. Here's a simple thing. When you bail, when you fall on inspiration, when you run out of it, and you have no more inspiration to tell this scene or the next chapter or the next bit that you need to do, go back to nature. That's what our ancestors did for thousands of years. They found all their inspiration in nature. Our enemies derive their inspiration from agenda-driven propaganda. And if you don't do that and you draw from nature, you can never go wrong. Your stuff will always be beautiful. It will always reflect the best about the world. And it'll be pure. One true thing is what Hemingway said. One true thing. Nature is always true and pure. You can't go wrong. All right, love you guys. See you later.